where there's been an issue around the funding that's being set aside for the summers. That's the South African Music Awards. They have a briefing now which is underway. Let's take a listen.
Result in many people exposed to food insecurity. The broad principle that is governing our response over the next few months is that of our using resources of the department, the KZN Growth Fund, ITALA and other entities to cushion vulnerable members of society against negative economic conditions. We wish to announce that more support will be extended to cooperatives, SMMEs and other emerging entrepreneurs throughout different sectors of our economy. Over the next few months, we will have public representation outlining interventions by key priority programs within the department. We'll also have public sessions with new board members of entities and CEOs. We'll be continuously gathering economic data and monitoring economic trend as we wage a battle against poverty, the public enemy number one, as you know. Our plan of action will be driven by research, sound economic planning and extensive consultation. We'll continuously explore the possibilities of putting together stimulus packages to intervene in sectors of the economy that are experiencing the job losses. That is where what we have to announce today: focus on consumer protection, the price hikes, expired food and counterfeit goods in the province of KwaZulu-Natal and South Africa at large. Over the next few months, we'll focus on the ongoing violation of consumer rights in the province. Our business regulations and consumer protection unit is inundated with complaints received from communities. Here is a sample of complaints. 1, unreasonable price hikes affecting millions of people in the province. 2, the increased number of shops, including spaza shops, selling expired food products in township and rural communities. Proliferation of counterfeit goods. The price hikes will be making announced visits and raids as part of efforts aimed at protecting consumers against food price hikes. We will have no mercy against retailers or companies that sell much-needed food and other products at inflated prices. As we approach the festive season, a team of experienced inspectors from our department will work with KwaZulu-Natal Consumer Protector, one of the stalwarts in the province, and Academia, Prof. Bonga Dumisa, and other members to prosecute these complaints through our consumer court. We wish to warn retailers of the consequences and non-compliance with the Consumer Protection Act. There are many successful cases that have already been resolved through the KZN Consumer Tribunal, which is chaired by Prof. Dumisa. We have strengthened our partnership with the SAPS, Home Affairs, Immigration, KZN Liquor Authority, national regulators such as Consumer Commission, the National Competition Authority, and Consumer Goods Council of South Africa. Fight against counter-act goods. In addition, the department is serious about clamping down against the selling of expired food and counterfeit products. We wish to warn all unscrupulous criminal syndicates that as from today we will be dealing a permanent blow on any form of crime that is crippling our economy. We have strengthened a multi-pronged approach involving law enforcement agencies, justice system and government departments to protect our economy and our innocent communities as we approach the festive season. We will never sit back and fold our arms when criminal syndicates are condemning the majority of the people of this province in abject poverty. Selling of counterfeit product is crippling our economy as illegal sellers do not pay tax, as you know. The ANC government has been directed to take action to send a strong message that nobody is above the law in South Africa. ATR has a strategy of support for spaza shop. Members of the media will also wish to assure the informal traders that we have heard their calls for intervention, especially around the proliferation of spaza shops that are selling expired food in the township and rural areas. In addition, millions of informal traders and tuck shops owners in the township and rural areas are battling as a result of food inflation. In line with the directive from the ANC, we will be deepening the support of hawkers, steel, street traders, tuck shop and spaza shop owners, cooperatives and small business over the next few months. Spaza shop owners have a long complaint about being forced out of the market because they lack the buying power, and the bulk buying and rasset is part of this program area in the province of KwaZulu-Natal through ATR and DAT. Their competitors, who are mostly foreigners, buy in bulk, which makes them have a competitive edge. We wish to announce that in view of price hikes, we'll be supporting spaza shops across the province, and this program will be monitored by eNCA. In the next few weeks, we'll invite spaza shop owners to apply for a grant facility of 100,000. 20,000 will also help them acquire stock and to fund a shortfall of liquidity for social grants payouts. About 960 spaza shops will be given speed points to pay social grants. About 10 graduates will be employed and be attached to this program and will earn 10,000 for 24 months. We have reconfigured the bulk buying warehouse in Westebe Mandane with a cost of more than 4 million. The first bulk purchase of food for Spaza Shop is valued at more than 4.1 million. Despite teething problems during the initial stages of this program, we are confident we have turned over a new leaf. We are identifying buildings that are owned by Italy across the province to be used as the warehouses just to safeguard and save the course. This is to create direct access to supplies and reduce cost of goods and further make them accessible within local municipalities from where they operate. And on energy matters, Richards Bay ITZ over the next few months will focus on matters of energy provision in response to the poverty energy. We are encouraged as a department that all categories of staff at our own very Richards Bay ITZ have consistently displayed a deep understanding of the role in terms of meeting the future energy of this province. Over the years, we have injected resources to our Richards Bay ITZ as part of long-term plans, ensuring that this special economic zone becomes a site for energy infrastructure. Next month, we are likely to see a groundbreaking decision paving the way for Richards Bay ITZ to host 3,000 megawatts gas to power plant, which is going to be constructed by ESCOM, and on top of that, we'll also have 755 megawatts from the private sector. This plant, which will be fueled by gas via pipeline, will be installed from a terminal at the Richards Bay Port, will change the face of KwaZulu-Natal forever. So just imagine having these two, Mabasa and ESCOM, will also impact nicely the province. We have planned a Provincial Energy Summit, which will help define the role of different spheres of government and key role players moving forward. We want to act in line with the legal and defined roles for various actors so that our actions are aligned and effective. And I'm sure you've also been waiting for this process on the issue of summer. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, as I draw towards conclusion, I wish to reflect briefly on the culture and creative industries, an important sector directly linked to the South African Music Awards in South Africa. As an executive authority, having consulted widely with the Executive Council and other stakeholders, I've advised the department to stop the hosting of South African Music Awards this year. Senior management has been mandated to engage with recording industries of South Africa and report back to me as an executive authority. We'll report to the KZN Council as the hosting of the Summer Awards was a collective decision. We reiterate the point that our hearts are with the artists whose lives were destroyed by outbreak of COVID-19. The Summer Awards was their hope and the source of income ahead of the festive season. Having said, for the record, we wish to reiterate the following points we have made consistently. The procurement process was followed, and the department to secure approval from Provincial Treasurer for funding of the Summer Awards was above the board's transparent and free of any irregularities. Unfortunately, in the process of ensuring transparency, official and public available documents have been weaponized against the departments to scandalize this national event with global following. The 28 million and other figures being thrown around are part of a campaign of disinformation. This is aimed at confusing the people. The actual amount of money that has been confirmed by Treasury and ETA is around 20 million before VAT. This amount of money is based on our last consultation, as we have repeatedly stated that we have ongoing consultation. In the past, KZN hosted national and international events successfully with millions of rands generated into the provincial economy. Such events position the province as a destination for tourism and haven for investment. To achieve all of this, the department invests resources to ensure the hosting of activities in line with national and international standards. Hosting summer followed a successful bid against other provinces. Notwithstanding the postponement, we remain committed towards ensuring the recovery of the culture and creative industry. This sector is the catalyst for the stimulation of many other sectors of our economy, such as tourism and hospitality. I'm sure you're also impressed when you see Black Coffee, the son of KZN, performing live on Madison Square 3 weeks ago. Realment and calculation resources wish to conclude, ladies and gentlemen, by stating our budget is always one of trade-offs and infinite opportunity costs. In order to finance one priority, it often means that other priorities have to be put aside. That's a sad reality. Over the past few years, KwaZulu-Natal as the province lost more than 14 billion due to cost-cutting measures introduced by the national government. So the issue of fiscal discipline is amongst the cornerstone. Finally, we wish to send our deepest condolences to the family of former chair of the Board of Trade and Investment in KZN, the comrade Ina Kronje. She was a dedicated elected public representative for quite some time. We'll remember her as the MEC for Education, MEC for Finance. May her soul rest in peace. With these words, I want to thank you.
Thank you very much, MEC, for the presentation of the statement. Colleagues, We're going to take only one round of questions. I'm going to start on my left. A question goes.
If I may ask, previously, how much the Department of the Provincial Government used to fund from the SATMA award? And is there any disparity between two figures?
SATMA, no SATMA, what? SATMA, all right. No, thank you so much, Baba Sotob and Babu Nkosi. In the history, it's usually around 16 million before the VAT, and over the years it has been escalated. As you know, that the CPI has been growing like that, and it's amongst other factors, which is why we also realize that the issue of the consultation process between aid and treasuries, because of that purpose, just to entice the space, but make sure that you safeguard the cost, which is why at this point in time we thought that we are going to just forward shape this money and take it for Sitesha wire in the province because of unemployment and all other factors. But we've said that we are still going to cap and create more enhancing environment for the creative art.
It's Lethiwe Mdluli from eNCA. I have two questions. The first one is, I spoke to opposition parties yesterday, specifically the DA and eNCA. eNCA wrote to the President yesterday, or the day before yesterday, where they were advising him to speak to provincial government about the amount of money that has been spent for the award. If your decision to no longer hold the summons come from an instruction from the President of the ANC, and also my second question has to do with the amount of money that has been allocated. A lot of opposition parties say that this amount has been inflated. To host the summer award, we need about 8 million and not necessarily in. How did government get to a point where they wanted to invest 20 million according to the ANC for the award? We also heard that everyone was also taking to spend some money around 25 million, and also the Department of Sport as well. Overall, the award will cost about roughly 55 million. How did we get to this amount? And opposition parties are saying that this money is going to be used.
I'm sure the reality of as you understand that DA and Action SA, I'm sure they are just trying to play a political ploy. The letter to the president was just a curve or an opportunistic feature just to know, because they know they don't have a role. And I'm sure you know the procedure in South Africa. In fact, there is this campaign that the president has spoken about this, I'm sure, which if the issue of journalism, you understand it clearly, is done deliberately just to throw a smear campaign on the ANC going forward to the campaign, because they are running their campaign. That's the reality, and I'm sure we're all aware. We also heard others, opposition, saying that the president secretly supports the Israel. As we were clear that in the last NEC we held was clear that we want the Palestine to be free, but it's the politics of the day. People are already looking forward for 2024, and they are aware that they are trying a lot of things, the Moonshot Pact, which is not going to work. On the issue of the contribution, I'm sure we are clinical that one of our major concerns around the summer was to safeguard the process. I've already mentioned that we have lost almost 14 billion. We thought we were going to dwell on that as a province. So the issue of fiscal discipline is quite critical at this point in time. And at the level of the space, we want to create more job opportunities as we want to address the imbalances of the past. So the issue of unemployment is key for this province of KwaZulu-Natal, which is why Usitesha wire is the critical component as opposed to these things. Unfortunately, it has already been polarized, because you know that the events like MTN specific, you find that it will attract a lot of people in the province. The opposition will say that Office of the Premier and DSAC have given Orlando Pirates 5 million aside. And the media has just covered some of those things. We know it's a fallacy. We have not even paid even a cent. It was just a clinical approach, and it benefited the province of KwaZulu-Natal. So we know we'll be waiting a lot of those negative antennae from the opposition so that we don't spend. But we are not going to be shameful in this process. No fear, no favor on this. We must make sure that the environment in the province of KwaZulu-Natal is conducive for business to thrive and for people to do and trade with the province of KwaZulu-Natal.
Yeah, thank you. I think maybe we may need to reiterate, as the MEC was going through the statement, that the actual amount of money confirmed by provincial treasury is 20 million, excluding that. So the 28 million.
Okay, that's the main outcome there in the breaking strap for you from that briefing in Durban. Durban will no longer host this year's Summers after opposition parties had raised a lot of concerns. There was practically outrage in a place that has been really devastated recently by the floods in April last year, as well as, of course, still trying to recover from the terrible riots of July 2021. Now, it looks like the provincial government and the various entities there are pulling back. No matter what they say, there was a lot of outrage about spending so much money, about 50 million rand in total, the different departments putting it together for this one event, which is an important event. Now, it's going to be watching this space. What is next for the Summers? But they won't be happening in Durban.